What's up? My name is Eric Butler. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. And from the Albany Herald, of all places, who would have thought? Brittney Griner signs deal with Mercury, per report. So Brittney Griner, of course, was in the news for the last year or so, made super famous. I mean, she was never as famous for playing basketball as she was for getting imprisoned for carrying around a vape cartridge in Russia or whatever happened to her. She's back and she's signing a deal with the team that she played for before, which is not really surprising, but it's pretty funny because it's been a long-running gag that nobody watches the WNBA. Family Guy makes jokes about it. Everybody makes jokes about it. There's videos all over Instagram and Twitter of women in cities across the country saying that, of course, the WNBA should be paid the same as the NBA, but they can't name one WNBA player. And I would venture to say that even now, with everything that's happened to Brittney Griner, those very same women who are pretending that the female basketball players or women, I don't even know what the politically correct term is now because we know that gender is not, whatever, that the women mostly who claim that women basketball players should be paid the same as men, even now with everything that's happened to Brittney, still wouldn't be able to put two and two together and name her if they were asked one WNBA player. You see what I'm saying? So she is now known so much for what happened in Russia, and they use it as the new current thing, and we're still in a proxy war with Russia and all this stuff. Those same, I guess, feminists or whatever you want to call it, still wouldn't be able to pinpoint this one name because that's how far she's come from what she was apparently known for. And of course, there's that other classic video of her trying to dunk in a softball interview, and she can't do it. But they say the Phoenix star has reportedly signed a one-year deal with the franchise ahead of the 2023 season. Brittney Griner will reportedly play for the Mercury in the 2023 WNBA season. The Phoenix star signed a one-year deal with the franchise, according to ESPN. Richard Cohen of Her Hoop Stats first reported that Griner was re-signing with the Mercury on a protected deal worth $165,000. So not bad, right? I'm not mad at $165,000, but when you're trying to compare that to the men, the NBA, it's just like getting a regular job, obviously, but it's better than her working a regular job being 6'3" or 6'9" or whatever she is, working at a restaurant or selling furniture. So it makes sense. If she plays her cards right, she should be able to live on that. Of course, she probably won't. She'll beg for more. But after all of her pre-Russia stuff about how she didn't want to come out for the national anthem and she, racism this and racism that, whatever sort of weird establishment talking points she was spewing, she should be thankful that she gets arrested in Russia and comes right back to the old job that she had, and nobody seems to even blink an eye. The news does not come as a total surprise, as Griner previously wrote in an Instagram post on December 16th that she planned to suit up for Phoenix this season. Quote, "I intend to play basketball for the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury this season, and in doing so, I look forward to being able to say thank you to those who have advocated, wrote, and posted for me in prison soon," Griner wrote in a statement. So I guess she's, coming off fairly thankful, but this is all just such a joke, right? Like, nobody really knew who you were before you got sent to Russia. You hated America. You didn't want to stand for the anthem. You didn't want to come out for the anthem or whatever it was. And now you just get right back in your job. So you should be thankful. All right. Griner was detained in February after the Russian Federal Customs Service found vape cartridges containing hashish oil in her luggage. And for the record, what was she thinking? She was out there playing in the Russian league or something because the money that she's getting here just isn't enough. Of course, we're going to go, well, nobody's going to actually protest for that because they don't really care. But when somebody asks them on the street, they're going to say, yes, of course, they deserve the same thing. So as a professional athlete, I get it if you want to smoke or do your CBD, but it's like you can't just expect everybody. That's the privilege, right? Is the fact that somebody like that would assume that she wouldn't have to follow the rules. I'm from California or wherever she's from. I don't even really know where she's from. I just made that up. You can fact check me on that. But I think she was literally of the mindset that she's a celebrity and she wouldn't have to follow any of the other rules, especially while we're in a proxy war with Russia. They're going to use you as an example, as they did, and then they gave up the merchant of death and arms dealer to get back Brittney Griner, who nobody would have really missed if it weren't for the fake news media all over the place, right? Just kind of like how nobody would have really known that Rona was taking over the entire world if it wasn't on television and internet news and social media and censorship and flag notifications and all that stuff. If none of that's what it was, right? Nobody would have known on their own, like, oh, this is weird. But it was AstroTurf, it was dropped down. So I'm getting off track here. But the point is, nobody knew who she was until she was trapped in Russia. Anyhow, Griner was detained in February. Okay, yeah. The U.S. State Department deemed Griner imprisonment as wrongfully detained. So there you have it, right? They believe that because our rules are different and I'm a minor celebrity, I shouldn't have to obey your rules. Unfortunately for her, that wasn't really the case, but she got out. She got her job back because she cut her dreads off, apparently. She later pled guilty to the charges and was eventually sentenced to 9 years. And when she got that 9 years, I remember that. And I remember very vividly thinking there's no way on planet Earth she's going to do 9 years. I don't think she should have done 9 years, but I also don't make the rules in Russia. And I'm not the one, giving $1 billion to Ukraine, basically angering Russia. So when they have their hands on an American, obviously they're going to leverage that. After spending 10 months behind bars, Griner was released in a 1-for-1 prisoner swap for international arms dealer Victor Bout on December 8th in the United Arab Emirates. The 32-year-old has not played in the WNBA since 2021, and nobody was there, nobody cared, nobody was watching. When she aided the Mercury in a WNBA Finals run that resulted in a loss to the Sky, I think is Chicago. And I only know that from all the WNBA jokes. Griner enters her 10th WNBA season as the Phoenix Mercury, I guess, selected her number 1 in the 2013 WNBA draft. During the 21 campaign, Griner averaged 20 points, 1.9 blocks. So those are her stats. Phoenix will open the 23 season on the road against the Sparks on Monday, May 19th. So I guess their season starts kind of as the men's season ends. But it's funny here because she should be lucky, right? This is kind of the Colin Kaepernick, right? So I did another video about San Francisco Mayor London Breed and how she kind of followed in Kamala Harris's footsteps by getting a job with Willie Brown and then talking in political platitudes, all gibberish nonsense. And, then of course being her own shield from criticism by way of being a black woman, right? This is kind of like she is now following the Kaepernick trajectory. So you were playing your sport, you may or may not have been good, something happened to you, and now you got all the attention on you, so you don't even have to be good at the job anymore to make people want to see you play, right? So you're actually, in a kind of a roundabout way, she's actually better off. Now, I know nobody wants to spend 10 months in a Russian prison, but this is putting her on the map in ways that she never would have been had she not been detained in Russia. So good luck to Brittney. Good luck to the entire WNBA that would be completely defunct if they weren't subsidized by the men, but that's a different story. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe.